Hey everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of day 1 out here at the FMCA Convention in Tucson, Arizona. We're joined by Tom, who is with We're joined by Tom, who's with the FMCA Assist program, and Tom's on kind of tell us all about the program, all the benefits, and keep in mind as Tom is going through these benefits are included with just your standard membership of being part of the FMCA club. So Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking some time and sitting with us. Can you just kind of introduce yourself and let us know
Happy to do that, and thank you for inviting me to participate. My name's Tom Kleindunst. I'm with Dempsey Insiders Insurance Agency in Cincinnati, Ohio. FMCA is my client. So I work for FMCA. I'm working for all the membership of FMCA, and I'm very proud to administer and be responsible for the FMCA Assist benefit. So I want to explain it. I want to address as many questions as I can. I'm giving a few seminars here in Tucson, and I know this will be on the website, so it'll be something that people can refer to and hopefully answer a lot of questions that speak to what I think is the most valuable aspect of membership. This benefit alone is well worth the annual cost of membership and serves everyone in an incredible array. So, but I'm biased, but it really is a special program and special to be offered to all of the members, and it's something very rare in an association. So something to be treasured. But if something bad happens, that's what it's for.
Yeah. Can you just give us a quick? We'll get into the details, but just in a nutshell, can you kind of tell us what FMCA Assist does for members?
Sure. The FMCA Assist policy is just that. It's an insurance policy. So a policy says, we'll do all these things, but we won't do these things. It's a contract, and it's a contract that's covering over 70,000 members of FMCA to help protect you if you're involved in an accident while on a trip. So somebody is here at Tucson and they stumble and fall, or maybe they're going on a hike somewhere and they trip and fall and break their ankle. They can't drive their RV. They need to get to medical attention. Maybe they need to go from one hospital to another because that's a pretty bad break and they've got some other health issues. The FMCA Assist policy pays to get them help, get them to that hospital, get them to another hospital if necessary, and then get them home after it's done. But wait, what if that accident means they can't drive their RV? The FMCA Assist policy pays to get a driver to drive the RV for them and the car and pay for some expenses that may be inherent in the travel. It's really a fantastic benefit that's afforded to all members, and I'm happy to answer those questions. But that's really the first thing, is if a member's involved in an accident while on trip, and a trip is defined as 75 miles from home, you don't have to be in your RV. They could be visiting their son in college 100 miles away, 76 miles away. They don't have to be in their RV. This is coverage that is protecting members 24/7, 7 days a week, worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it. I don't know why, but I thought you had to have your RV with you.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do. And a lot of people think that this is something that's extra. Like, so there are some other member discounts that people can buy that give them discounts that go, I'm a member of FMCA, I get a discount for this premium that pays for my roadside rescue is a good example. That's an extra expense item that you can buy if you want, if you're breaking down if you have a breakdown on the road and you need someone to come and, fix your car, tow your car, you're okay, but your rig isn't. Well, that's what roadside rescue's about, and you pay an extra fee for that.
Yeah.
This is if you're hurt, you're not okay, your wife's not okay, the people traveling with you aren't okay. That's what this benefit is designed to help address.
Okay.
And I know, or we know, that it's part of the membership already. It's included in your membership.
Yes.
Is there any second step that somebody needs to take? They're listening right now. They're like, oh, how do I take advantage of this? Do they need to contact anybody to get a car? Do they need to contact anybody to get a special phone number?
Yes, there are special phone numbers that are dedicated to all FMCA members by virtue of this policy. You can download the FMCA app. You can go to the FMCA website. You just need to look up Assist, and it has all of the phone numbers. They're toll free. they're to the Chubb travel assistance provider, and Chubb is the insurance company that's underwriting this policy. And these dedicated numbers are for FMCA members. So when that phone call is made, if you're in trouble and they've called that 1-800 number, the recipient of that phone call knows, FMCA member. They just need to know what happened, what's the problem, what's the F number, the F membership number, to know who you are. And are you a valid member, right? And then help begin the process of helping somebody with a claim. But before claim, all those people need to do is get those phone numbers, plug them in their phone, take a picture or maybe print off some of the materials that are available on the website that explain what FMCA Assist does in very short order and has those phone numbers for them. But they're dedicated to all FMCA members, and it's really a fantastic benefit. So
now my first thought, if I break my ankle or having a heart attack or something, is not to call FMCA Assist. I'm going to get my help first.
Correct. The first thing you should always do is call 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me be clear. If you have an accident or your traveling companion, your spouse, your daughter, what have you, they're injured while you're on this trip, they need help, call 911. But then as quickly as is practicable, okay, when it's convenient, or maybe somebody else can call for you, right? Again, they just need to dial that number, know your F number, know what happened, and they can be then conversing with the travel assistance provider who can help coordinate with the health professionals, the people who are on the site, or now you're at a hospital, they need to coordinate with the medical professionals to know what happens next. Does this person need to go to a different hospital? Do they need to go home? Can they drive their RV? Because the key is it has to be medically necessary and approved for those expenses to be made under the terms of the policy.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That makes sense.
You actually said something that was important, though. It doesn't have to be the actual person. Somebody else can call on that person's behalf. If it was a heart attack, if they're, maybe they're not conscious or anything like that.
Sure.
If they couldn't make the call themselves.
I can tell you right now, if my wife were injured, and I were dealing with that stressful situation, I don't know how clear thinking I'd be.
Yeah, right.
You call 911, and then at some point in time, hey, wait a minute, we've got this benefit under FMCA. I'll call them, and those are professionals who are going to guide you to know, okay, what happened?
Okay.
How can we help? What's supposed to happen next? They're there to help you. This is a benefit. You're already a customer. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing that's designed to help you when something bad has happened that's been unforeseen. And again, 75 miles away from home, when you're on a trip anywhere in the world, that's what this program is covering you for.
Okay.
And so when you're, let's say I'm in South Africa on a trip, I would still just call and if I got injured, I would still just call and coordinate?
Yeah, I don't know whether 911 is applicable in South Africa, but whatever situation you're in, you would be wise to contact FMCA Assist as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Tell them the circumstances, or have whomever is with you tell the circumstances. And it doesn't have to be another FMCA member. It could be a complete stranger who's just helping, right?
Yeah.
So you just want to involve the FMCA Assist people to know the logistics of what's happening and then what's needed. Perhaps you've fallen and you have hit your head, and it's a very bad. I'm an insurance guy, so I come up with horrible examples all the time, right? A cerebral hemorrhage, and this South African hospital is not going to be able to handle it. You need to travel to Berlin. Berlin is going to be the next best neurological facility for your situation. This policy is going to pay to fly you to Berlin. Okay, and then at that point, maybe it's like, now we got to get this person home. This policy pays to get you back home.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 24/7 service.
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Tom, what about people traveling with pets? I know 80% of RV. It's got to be. I don't know. That's a real number.
It's a big number. I think it's actually 60%. I've been told. I think it's a very high number of people traveling with pets. There's a benefit for pet return. You're being treated. Your wife's being treated. Maybe your wife needs to be with you while you're hurt, or vice versa. What about the two dogs? Well, there is a benefit of $1,000, $100 a day, to pay for those pets to either be transported home And you need to have a carrier, right? You need to have a pet carrier. They need to have their proof of vaccinations and things of that nature. But there is a benefit to transport your pets or to put them in a licensed kennel or cattery. So pets, it's cats and dogs.
Yep.
So your emu or your pet pig, those aren't covered under this
I think there's
policy.
some parrots here. So.
There might be some parrots. I've seen parakeets. People have asked me, what about my pet pig? They're smarter than a dog. I get it. I understand. The policy is, I didn't write the policies specifically,
Cats
and
and
it's
dogs.
designed to take care of the majority of the situation. And it's an insurance policy underwritten for the majority of the needs of the population.
Oh,
So.
makes sense.
Now, what if you're traveling alone? Do you have? What if it takes you a week to wake up and realize that I need to contact? Is that too late?
No, it's not too late. We've had circumstances where people have had a situation where, as I said, maybe the husband wasn't clear thinking. Things got down the road because they were attending to the matter at hand. First things first, you take care of the injury, you take care of the situation. As soon as is practicable, within reason, contact the FMCA Assist people so that they understand that you're trying to involve them for those costs. And it's happened that these costs have been expended. Maybe somebody did need to be transported and they didn't get the okay from Chubb to do that. I've been successful and Chubb has been reasonable at, okay, we see that this needed to happen for the care of the person, and then they've retroactively helped apply the benefits. So it's being done with the benefit of FMCA members. It's not a hardcore, sorry, you're cut off because you didn't call us within 72 hours or something like that. It does not work that way.
Okay.
And
go ahead, Kenny.
I was just curious, is everybody automatically qualified? Is there age restrictions, any type of restrictions?
The only restriction is you have to be 18 or older.
Oh,
Okay? So there's a benefit for dependents traveling with you, your children. Okay, well, they do need to be your children, and then children that are, or even people traveling with you that are under 18. Maybe they're your child and their friend. Maybe your grandkids, right? There's a lot of people who have grandkids when they travel and they want to go on trips. And Jimmy doesn't want to just travel with Grandma and Grandpa. He wants to bring Billy with him.
Of course.
Well, something happens to Grandma or Grandpa. Jimmy and Billy need to get back home.
Yeah.
Well, this benefit pays for them, but they have to be under 18. So those are the kinds of restrictions. But once a member's a member, you're in, you're on, you're covered.
Okay.
And then for transporting the RV, are you using, you're contracted with a professional organization to do that?
Chubb Travel Assistance, the people that they work with will handle those logistics. Okay. So the arranging of medical transport, the arranging of the transport in moving the RV back, returning it home, and the car, or a car. Remember, you don't have to be in your RV.
Right.
It could be just the return of your car because you can't drive. It just has to be medically necessary. But what they do is they endeavor to find the most qualified person within the area available to drive your RV. Because some of these vehicles, as you well know, are very expensive and very sophisticated, and it takes more than somebody who has a pulse and a driver's license to be qualified to drive some of these. Yeah. And frankly, it can take a couple of days, depending on where that person is. Mm-hmm. We had a person who suffered a medical emergency and an accident in Norman, Oklahoma, and in order to drive their RV, they had fallen and hit their head. They couldn't drive. Their wife couldn't drive. They needed somebody to drive. Finding a qualified person for that rig took a couple of days. So it can be a bit of a difficulty if somebody is trying to do that. But the nice thing is the return of the RV benefit also allows for, well, if you have somebody else who's capable, who's a trusted friend or a family member who can drive, well, then that benefit applies and they get $250 a day for their travel expenses over the next several days to return that RV. So they're not out of pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's part of the benefit. The benefit's $5,000, which is $5,000, and sometimes that's plenty for the cost to hire that driver and drive them that rig, your RV wherever it may go, or your car. But sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes it's like, well, this accident happened in California and I live in Maine.
Yeah.
Well, that may be a problem, in which case the $5,000 benefit is probably going to be exhausted, and then you may have to pay the difference between getting your rig home.
But still, 5,000.
Again, let me just emphasize, this is a program that's designed for all members of FMCA. And in doing so, that means it's built in and baked into your dues. $50 a year are the current dues right now. This policy is included in those dues. If we wanted those benefits to be much, much greater, well, that probably would raise the premium substantially, and that might make a change to dues. And so it's a delicate balance that the Board of Governors and the Executive Committee of FMCA make for the decision as to how this policy is put together. And then I'm responsible for organizing it and administrating it. And I'll also say that I have been included in a lot of claim problems. Sometimes things are sticky. Sometimes things just don't quite fit right. And I have to get involved, and I'm happy to do that to help FMCA members. So
We're trying to figure out, we were talking about this earlier, what the catch is, because it's such a great benefit, and for $50 a year, you're going to pay more than that if you got a policy like this, a travel insurance policy.
Many
like
more
this.
dollars. There are other very fine companies, and they're here in Tucson as vendors. And I'm happy to say, because we have a booth here with the Chubb personnel, that are present to answer questions, to really help explain. I'm not here to sell. You've got this coverage. You have it. I just want to answer questions to help you appreciate it, so that you go, wow, this is incredible. As I said, I think this is the most valuable membership of FMCA. So I want people to tell their other non-FMCA members about it. This is a great gig. It's a great thing. And this policy is if you did buy it on your own, and you can. Chubb sells these kinds of policies to individuals and families, but they can cost several $1,000s.
I would imagine
Well, when you
so.
bundle it with 70,000 members or more is growing, that is where you get that leverage and that power to keep those premiums down. But as I was saying, there are other vendors here who do many similar and in some cases identical products to the FMCA Assist policy with Chubb. And those are a la carte. You're paying for that individually, paying for what you need, what your specific age group is, whatever you have to tailor to your budget. And those policies can be several $1,000s. So there are people who come up to me and go, well, I just bought this. Why did I do that? And I'll say, I don't know. You want a belt and suspenders? That's your business. But I'm happy to say that this really is a phenomenal benefit of membership. As I say, I think the most valuable. And I talk too much. You can tell. I'm very passionate about the product, and I think it's an incredibly wise and fabulous benefit that it's afforded by FMCA.
Do you happen to know any numbers of, like, on average, how many people per year FMCA members, I want to say, get to take advantage, but have to take advantage of this program?
It's a hard question to give you a specific answer to. Yes, I can get access to that data. I don't pay attention to the granular data of that. I'm trying to make sure that the members are being treated. The good news is members are being helped. Chubb is paying a lot of claims. People are having I had several people in the seminar that I just gave stand up and say, I'd like to make a comment. This is what happened to me. My husband couldn't drive. I can't drive. And the Chubb people were great. And they arranged for a driver who showed up. And I said, this is fabulous. This is a wonderful thing. But those are claims that accumulate.
Right.
And so it's a delicate balance between how much usage there is and how much premium then is being paid by FMCA for this benefit.
But you want to hear those stories.
You do. It's a good news is Chubb is paying claims.
Yeah.
The bad news is we got a lot of people who use claims who are getting helped. But that's what it's for. This is what insurance is for, and I'm proud to say that. And so what we want to do is just make sure that we're informing people about this product, because we're not selling anything. You already have it. So.
And then for people that aren't here at the show and can't go to your seminars or can't stop by the booth, I'm sure the FMCA website has a lot of information.
Yeah, the
about this
FMCA
program.
website, the FMCA mobile app, it has a lot of data with frequently asked questions. A lot of the materials that you can pick up here at the booth are online. You know,
Okay.
there's a frequently asked questions form. There's a basically I think it's a trifold brochure that's nice, bright and blue in color, explaining in very simple language what the policy benefits are. But as I say, the policy itself is about 80 pages long. And you can get that as well. If you want to go on the FMCA website, you can download the policy and
really?
read it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Everybody has it. You're all covered. So there's no hiding what it is, but it is an insurance policy,
Yeah.
and everybody knows what insurance policies do. You got coverage here, and then you got exclusions and conditions, and so it's not perfect. It's
Right.
not a blank check, but it is a conditional contract that's providing an incredible array of very simple declared benefits, and for which many thousands of dollars have been paid for thousands of FMCA members.
Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal benefit for the price of membership. If you have to take advantage of that one time, you've paid for years of your membership.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something that I say to people. I hope you don't need it.
Yeah.
Insurance is what it is. I hope you don't need it, but if you do need it, this is what it's for, and I'm hoping that it helps you. You know, it's not perfect. If it were, well, they would probably be exorbitantly priced. You couldn't afford it. You know, FMCA couldn't afford it if it paid for everything. Including transport of your pig.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's designed for as many people as possible, and we tweak it. There are many occasions where we tweak things, and maybe there's claims that we're getting a frequency of claims that aren't quite working on this, and then it's my job to negotiate with the Chubb how that can be worked. Can this be managed? So it's absolutely a part of a relationship that we have that I feel a great deal of responsibility and pride in being responsible for and being involved in for the FMCA members.
To me, it seems like a great supplement to people that have health care insurance
Yeah.
and have RV insurance.
Yeah.
And auto insurance. This is a great way to supplement those.
This is not health insurance.
Right.
It's an accident policy.
Right.
This isn't your medical insurance to
Right.
pay your medical bills. It's to pay the cost of medical treatment
and
to get
transport,
to get the treatment,
Yeah.
but to get the transport to the treatment.
Yeah.
It absolutely is a component that's designed, if possible, to work in concert with all those other
Exactly,
things.
yeah.
Because it could be an auto accident
Yeah.
that you've had, in which case, well, you got auto insurance. Yeah, but auto insurance isn't necessarily going to pay to have you transported from that accident to the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where this benefit can fit in, where it doesn't have anything to do with your RV, but if you're on a trip, how far is that trip? 75 miles. That's what it's designed to be.
Yep.
So it's really a fantastic component of a true program, and you got it in your membership. You don't have to do anything. We've done your thinking for you.
Yeah.
What about for the full timers, people that don't have a
Yeah.
home base or anything like that?
Yeah.
Do they get coverage?
They're always on a trip.
Okay.
So the 75 miles doesn't apply.
Okay.
So full timers are always on a trip. So that's a nice little benefit for them, because they're on the road all the time. Their home is where they are at that particular time, or en route to at that particular time.
Okay.
So there's no limitation for full timers.
Okay.
And how long has this benefit been around with FMCA?
Well, I've been proud to be administering the benefit for the past 4 years.
Okay.
But I believe it's been in existence, and something that the governing body and the executive team at FMCA saw about 10 years ago. I believe it's about that long. So it's not been for the entirety of FMCA, but it has been a benefit that has been arranged and has been seen as very important and fundamental to membership. And so it was with a prior company prior to my involvement.
Okay.
But I've been working on the program since October of 2020.
Okay. So it's not a new program with FMCA.
No, it's a different insurance company than it was prior to 2020, but the benefit was still something baked into membership and still something that they felt was very important. And yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's like their best kept secret.
Well, we don't want it to be a secret. That's why I'm here, and there's constant reminders in the magazines that get published. There's constant awareness awareness is what we're trying to do, generate awareness of this, because there's so many people who've been members for many years, they don't think about it. You don't think about it if you don't have a problem, and you aren't supposed to, right? It's when you have a problem, but when they see this and go, well, wait, this is a part of my membership now? I've been a member for 10 years. I didn't know that. And I politely, quietly, silently go, yes, you had this all the time, and so I know that the Board of Governors is doing the same thing. They say we are trying so hard to trumpet this as such an important part of the membership and a big value of the membership, and so that's what we're here to do: spread awareness, answer questions. We're not selling anything.
Right.
We're helping you appreciate what you have by virtue of your membership.
Yeah.
What if somebody just had questions about the program, the membership? It's not an emergency. They just want to get a hold of somebody to ask a question. Is that possible?
It is. I would say that the FMCA office in their membership department, the staff there are very capable and equipped at answering most questions that come up.
Okay.
But there are occasions where I'll get a phone call and they'll go, "Hey, Tom, this fact pattern came up and I'm not really sure. Can you help?" And I absolutely am happy to help. That's my job.
Okay.
I work for FMCA. I'm with Dempsey Insiders Insurance in Cincinnati. That's my employer. I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm very proud to be affiliated with the program and to have the burden of the responsibility. But this is my job, and I enjoy it, and I like helping. And there have been occasions where I've been involved in claims as well that might be sticky, as I think I mentioned. So yes, the FMCA membership office is probably the first and best source for any just rudimentary questions about the program. If you can't get it, look in at the website, because some of the material on the website is very simple. I mean, it's frequently asked questions. Yeah. It's a lot of answers to questions that have been, frequently raised by people. So we are trying very hard to just simply do that, spread the awareness.
Okay, great.
Well, I think that's all of our questions.
That's it?
Yeah. Do you have anything that we forgot that you want to make sure people
let's
hear?
see. Boy, so many things. Well, I mean, the benefit of transport, the limit is $500,000. I mean, to get you taken somewhere. I mean, you can, again, it's worldwide. It's not going to pay for your medical expenses when you're abroad. That might be a different policy, and Chubb sells that too. For like your foreign travel, if you need travel coverage for medical expenses when you're abroad because perhaps you're retired and your Medicare and Medicaid aren't going to pay for your benefits there, well, you can buy those packages separately. But those and FMCA members get a discount for that policy, and that policy is also on the website. Okay? You can go online if you're like, well, I am going to go on a cruise. We are going to be going to Croatia and all along the Dalmatian coast, and if something bad happens, I don't know about whether my medical benefits are going to be paid or how, and I mean, my Visa card might not pay for that. What do I do? That's where the travel coverage that you can buy supplemental for medical expenses is also a component that can help.
Wow.
But other than that, just for regular day in, day out living within the United States or around the world, you have an accident, you need to be taken care of and get help. This policy will provide to get you that help 24/7 worldwide.
Awesome.
Well, as a member, I say thank you for taking care of us.
Don't thank me. Thank the executive committee of FMCA and the board of governors who decide that this is still a value. And they're the ones who are seeing the value and paying the premium for this product for everybody. So happy to be a part of it and happy to answer any questions.
All right.
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you.